Welcome back to the Into Geek podcast. As always, I'm Andrew, joined by Chase.
Hello.
On today's show, Wandavision's finally over, and so even though we talk about it every single week, we're just go ahead and finish it up. Our thoughts: is it as disappointing as everybody's making it out to be? Also, we now know what our picks for the people who won the Golden Globe Challenge, because you don't like to call it the Golden Challenge. It sounds a little weird.
It sounds dirty.
But before we can get into any of that, we got to do the intro, man. All right. Also tonight was the Critics' Choice, which is like is it the Preakness? That's like the worst of the like three Kentucky Derbies.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's pretty much it's Kentucky Derby, and then the other three really.
Well, you said that, but I think like the Belmont is actually bigger than the Derby or whatever.
No, nothing's bigger than the Derby.
Nothing's bigger than the Derby.
That's just 2 minutes in sports.
Oh, the mint juleps.
Speaking of sports, real quick, I feel like for those who are watching on YouTube. Like I feel like I look like a coach of a high school football team with the headphones. I got the maroon, like I'm Coach Mississippi State. I just feel weird.
And
like I gotta wear t-shirts next time.
So in lieu of the Critics' Choice, and one of Allison's favorite things won tonight, introducing her to the show.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
How are we doing tonight?
It's so good that Hamilton's winning awards. Feeling great.
Awesome. Yeah. So we have a lot of Marvel. So if you're a Marvel fan, tonight you're just gonna be hyped because we are getting into our Phase 4 theories going forward, which has been kind of tough because with all of the COVID nonsense.
Also, Endgame was an endpoint, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it was that, and then we got Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
and we haven't had anything since then, right? So, but with WandaVision ending, that was kind of like the first bullet for Phase 4. So, do you want to get into the WandaVision stuff first? I guess.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Duh.
Okay, so do you want to throw it up, or do you want me to throw it up? Oh, there it is.
Whoa!
I was waiting for the music.
Yeah, so this is the very end. A lot of people are sad that it's only one season, but I kind of am like okay with that. Oh, sorry. It doesn't need to be like a big thing. I kind of like that each show is almost like a movie.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with one season of this. And like, if you want to do kind of a sequel, it wouldn't be called. I wouldn't call it WandaVision. I would do it like in 2 or 3 years once mutants got involved, and then call it Mojo Vision, and you could do like a whole thing like that.
Mojo World.
That was a fun.
There's only like 2 cool characters in that. Though.
There's only 2 characters other than Mojo.
There's there's Longshot.
Yeah, Longshot
and Strife, right?
Oh, well, Strife was what the
chick
forearm.
Chick, right? Yeah,
she's like the Goro.
Yeah. Except with like swords. I'm pretty sure. No. Hold on.
Shadow Star was.
Hold on. No. Strife is the mutant.
Yeah, Strife is the one that's like Cable.
Yeah. What the hell is her name?
I don't know. I had the toy when I was a kid.
Oh, I feel so dumb. She has like
Silver. She like.
Is her name like Shiva? Maybe.
Nah, that's the girl who fights Wolverine with the long nails, isn't it?
That is Lady Deathstrike.
I don't even know
she
what
also
to Google for you guys.
Shiva too.
Look up Shiva.
Shiva?
Or like
she's going to get a trophy.
Yeah,
from the league.
Yeah. Look up Mojo. Is like
4-armed girl.
6-armed girl, whatever.
Or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, a lot of people are talking about that. It's like really disappointing, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I think the disappointment is it. Again,
there's no Reed Richards. There's no Doctor Strange. There's no Magneto.
Olsen and Bellamy, whatever. I can never say his name right.
Paul Bettany.
Sorry,
Will Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy.
Bill
Bellamy from
How to Be a Player. Yeah. No, I think like both of them kind of put it out there that it was gonna be more, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like if they don't say anything, the show goes on. It's fine. But by saying there's a Luke Skywalker cameo. There's a guy.
He says he was trolling.
Whatever.
Okay,
I love that. Honestly, I love it.
I think that's
great.
I think it would have been fine. Actually, I don't like it. I mean, if I think it's stupid, and I think you were
Just
trying to make your
rewind
show
for a quick
started out.
second, gentlemen.
What's up?
This is Spiral.
Spiral. There she is.
It was an S name. It was an S name. I couldn't think of it over. Yeah. So it's really it's Spiral, Longshot, and Mojo and
Shatterstar or some.
Did he in there also?
Like
oh, you're right. Yeah,
Shatterstar and Longshot are like
friends.
No, they're like
friends.
No, but they're also like one of them's like the grandfather, the other one or something.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, it's
like
weird
a
relationship.
Yeah. So in there, people go into his universe and then get turned into like the Mojo people, whatever, and then like all they do is like absorb, like TV over, like
yeah, like I know he got the X-Men and like put them through like TV shows
because
and
they're
stuff.
like a huge draw and stuff.
Yeah,
whatever.
so you can do that.
Just a weird tangent for us. Yeah. So
It's not that weird though. It's pretty normal.
I think it's funny that people are mad that Evan Peters will
I thought that was awesome.
I thought it was really funny.
I thought it was great. The thing is, it's a troll job. It's like, hey, we're gonna think we're doing like a whole like multiverse thing, and we're not. Like this is supposed to lead into a movie called The Multiverse of Madness, but it really doesn't. I think that's why people are upset.
Yeah,
I don't think they have any they pulled an actor to play a role, and just because he played a similar role, like
he played the exact same character. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
okay, but I think it's fine. I think people are getting so butthurt because they themselves created these high expectations.
So what you're saying is they created high expectations and Disney did not deliver it.
But they didn't.
The fans did it. They did that to themselves.
Okay, and Disney did not deliver.
I feel like they did.
I think if they would have released it all in one day, it would have worked.
Let it go, man.
It would have worked.
Let it go.
Never let it go.
8 weeks, people. 8 weeks. He's been saying this.
I will say it again, and
he's gonna do it when Falcon.
They will release it all at once.
Oh my god, I can't even.
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, like it was super emotional.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of character growth. They didn't kill Agatha, so now she can come back.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy about that.
They established Monica,
such an awesome villain,
as his powerful character going forward. Unfortunately, it looks like her kids are not going to be a thing. I know that
I think that they are.
But
because so at the end here, look,
that.
At the end here, she's doing her little astral projection thing. She's messing around with the Darkhold. You hear their voices.
Okay, that's fair. So I think that she's trying to find a way to actually bring them back.
I think that's why she's in Doctor Strange.
Okay,
that's part of my theory.
No, I will say that there is guys later on when we get into our Phase 4 theories. I do talk about the Darkhold and everything, whatever. And I don't like it too like on horn, but it's pretty awesome. It's pretty great. So So I would have liked to at the very least had Nick Fury be at the end or something or whatever.
I mean, they mentioned
I guess
him.
they did the Scrolls thing.
Kind of.
He's up there.
Yeah, so people think that scroll, which we are talking, if you're watching, it's obviously it's on the podcast. At the very end, there is it's like an in credit scene, I guess, or like a mid credit scene.
Yeah.
And a scroll tells her that an old friend of her mom's is looking for her up in space. People think that this scroll is the same scroll that she met in the 90s as like a kid. I think that's like kind of a reach. I don't think that's like.
I don't know. I would have to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's another like younger scroll as well, whatever. And the folks think that because both are girls that it's like the same person. I think that's just like kind of like a reach. You just try to like link everything together. I don't know. So I mean, overall, I think it was a fun watch. I had more fun with this than like Lovecraft Country.
Yes, I think it's better than like some of the ones that were on Netflix, like.
It's definitely better than Iron Fist.
Yeah.
It's better than season 2 of Luke Cage. I wasn't a big fan of Jessica Jones's 3rd season. I started it, but I didn't really get into it.
Yeah.
Daredevil 1 is great.
I mean, I think it's better. I mean, Defenders. That really wasn't that great.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. I don't know. So I liked the White Vision. I mean, I think it's cool that that like it wasn't the obvious thing where he just goes into his body, whatever. So I like that this is a way to break them up and to continue. It's like, like in certain shows like New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, that two characters are going to get together, like Ross and Rachel, but you know that they have to break them up if the show's really successful because they
can't get them like together so soon.
Exactly right. Which is why like in The Office with like a Pam and Jim, it took like 4 seasons or whatever. So I feel like it's the same thing, right? So now every movie that we see will think like, oh man, I wish that they could.
Well,
like,
they won't they?
Yeah, So I think it adds more character dynamics and stuff or whatever. So it really it was fun.
Did you like the way he kind of I guess defeated the White Vision? Like talked about the ship and stuff.
I mean, like, I think that was the cheapest option. Like, you couldn't have a huge fight or whatever.
Which is really interesting because I actually just heard that like Paradox story like maybe a month ago.
That's really weird. He just like randomly.
He really just asked me that.
Yeah,
he was like, "Hey, I have a question for you."
And
I mean, this was, I swear, a month ago.
Yeah, and I was like,
"It's so weird, man."
It was something. It was a guy like on Facebook, and he was doing paradoxes. And that was like one of the first ones.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it, and I was like,
"What's the paradox?"
The paradox is if you build a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then over time the ship
building.
Gets kind of like worn stuff. You take a piece of wood off the ship and you replace it with a new piece of wood. And you do that with every piece of the ship, and then you take all that old wood and you build the ship.
Is it
which
a new
one
ship?
Which one is the original?
Which one's
ship?
the original ship? Like neither one is, but they both are.
Weird. Okay,
and that's kind of what he was saying with him. It's like, hey, I'm not the original Vision in a way you are.
Okay.
But like that's what he was trying to get to.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't know. That's a pretty cool paradox.
Yeah, that's why I liked it so much. And then when they did it in this, I was like, hey, I was like, doing the whole meme in my head of Leonardo DiCaprio going, oh, because I had just watched that. Like, yeah.
I think that the new ship is a new ship. I think it's built differently and stuff or whatever. It's constructed differently, whatever. The wood's been used, so it's not as strong at certain points, and so maybe it's being changed in certain ways.
The thing is, I don't think there's an answer to that question.
It's called a paradox for a reason.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the Schrodinger's cat. It's the same. Like the cat is both dead and not dead until you open the box.
Which is like a really great joke in like Rick and Morty. They like split time and they're in this space of like non-existence and there's like 1,000 cats or whatever. It's looking great. So I really loved how she beat Agatha. I honestly didn't see it coming.
It was great.
Because as soon as they started, I was like, oh my God, it's another like, as soon as she started to like drain her powers, I was like, it's been done so many times. I hate fucking like energy vampires. It's so boring because my head I'm thinking, okay, so what's going to happen? And she's going to like give her like a huge wave of energy and then overload her to like blow her up or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was like, this is so fucking stupid. But as soon as she started like purposely missing and stuff,
yeah, like it's funny. I think I even made a comment. It was like, it's like watching stormtroopers like fight.
Yeah, so I love that because I didn't watch it all in one day. I forgot about the whole like hex thing or whatever of her in the lair because it happened like 3 weeks before.
It was such a nice
call.
I remember.
I mean, as soon as but like
it was like 2 weeks before.
It was like it was cool. It's like how like Strange beat fucking like Dormammu.
Yeah.
It was a new way to fight a bad guy, and I thought that was kind of cool. It was smart.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Do y'all think that we don't hear anything about her until the Strange movie?
I think we'll get a callback. They'll mention her in something. I don't know.
Spider-Man 3, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know
Spider-Man.
What type of universe? I don't know anything about the Eternals. So is that like, are they on Earth or are they in space or is it current time?
Under the synopsis that I heard is that they're already on Earth and they get like awoken, I guess, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
they're all like gods / like aliens.
There's different versions.
It's such like them and Shang-Chi are such like obscure characters that it's weird that they're going to lead off.
And I don't know which comic book they're going with. Like they kind of got remade in 2006, and they were awoke and stuff. But before they were here millions of years ago and stuff. So I really have
almost
no
like
clue.
a Hancock style thing or whatever. Yeah. So it's like I mean, I read the newer stuff back in like 2006, 2007, where I read like the first like 5 issues or so, and like it was okay. I just like they just felt like generic heroes.
Well, the funny thing is, like I looked and
I was like, I'm good.
It's like every 10 years, Marvel tries to like push out the Eternals, and then like no one buys the comic. Yeah. So I'm curious if the movie's going to do well or not.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it's supposed to do really well. They said
it's got a lot of famous actors.
Well, I mean, like
it was directed by
Chloe Zhao.
Zhao,
who just did No Man's Land and got like everything for that.
Best director or whatever. I mean,
So, which is weird because like I don't know what the film's going to be like now because like her film is so like indie feeling.
Yeah,
She got a big budget now.
Yeah, and like her style is so poetic. I don't know how like she's going to do a superhero movie. Or so I don't know. It's different. I like that they're taking chances on newer directors.
It's like they're taking chances, but they're like, yeah, we're taking chances on the Golden Globe winner, best director. Yeah.
But I definitely feel like we will get some sort of mention. We'll hear it mentioned or something, maybe in Falcon and Winter Soldier or something. Like, I don't think we'll see her, but we might hear a character mention, hey, Wanda's going crazy up in New Jersey. Like, somebody will say something.
Your girl went crazy.
Yeah.
About her.
And you know what? I mean,
about
like,
what's going on up there.
Taika Waititi killed it with like Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, he did.
So, I mean, and then like Ryan Coogler had done some kind of stuff. I mean, like, he did Creed and stuff, whatever. So,
I mean, the Russo brothers did Community and stuff. And
yeah. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, just taking a chance on talent sometimes, like it pays off.
It's going to be great.
Do y'all have any more thoughts on WandaVision before we get into our Marvel
I just have all of the thoughts. Okay. Like, I just wanted to I saved a couple pictures that I thought were really sweet. Like, when she said goodbye to her kids. Like, that just really got me. I mean, I think I even said while we were watching it, like, I want to go home and hug my daughter. Like, it was just...
What is grief if not love persevering?
Oh, my gosh. So emotional. And then this moment where her and Vision are watching, the Hex closing in on them. And they're saying goodbye. I thought that was a really beautiful scene.
Showing the Vision in his turtleneck is hysterical. So for whatever reason, people have
I was saying that.
Putting like gold chains on him and stuff and making him almost like a 90s lightning character or whatever. It's so hysterical, man. I don't get it.
Vishawn.
Yeah, they're called.
They call it. They're saying it's Black Twitter. And they're doing it and stuff.
Vishawn Jarvis. It's Vishawn. He has like a wave cap on and stuff. It's hysterical. I love it. It's just so random. On Twitter sometimes it's great.
Oh yeah,
very very rarely, but it's awesome.
There's some really great ones. So
so I think overall it was good.
I think it also has a decent rewatchability that like I think the Netflix ones don't have as much.
I actually just started rewatching it again last night because I was so excited about how like I really loved the ending because it wasn't anything that I was expecting. It wasn't everybody built up, it's going to be Mephisto or it's going to be Nightmare. It's going to be this person, whatever. And I heard so many different theories that it was nice that none of them came true because if they did, like I was disappointed when they revealed that Agnes was Agatha because we all knew that already. Like there was no twist there. So it was nice that the twist was that there was a twist.
The twist was no twist.
The twist is that there was no twist. So it was fine with that.
So it's funny because like
that sounds dumb. But.
We've been joking on the podcast that the fan theories were like out of control and like everybody's talking about Mephisto.
Yeah.
So here recently I went on the East Coast Avengers podcast and they were all equally annoyed that about the about all that. So we had this text chain of like of just claiming that certain characters are darting about Mephisto, whatever. Those guys are great. If y'all have a chance, you should go check them out. So I think the show was cool. It's good. I'm excited now for Falcon Winter Soldier. Hopefully it's a different style. I mean, like I love that. Like
you don't want to see they're doing like a 50 sitcom style.
No, I don't want to see that. I'm hoping for like a Bad Boys style.
Bad Boys for life.
I think I got more of that feeling from the second trailer. I did not like the first one I watched and I was like, that looks boring and not like anything I would want to watch. But I will because it's Marvel. So I was glad when the second one came out. I was like, okay, this looks like fun, and this looks like I want to watch. I will be excited to watch this.
So with WandaVision ending, we thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about Phase 4 predictions with Marvel. So because of COVID, a lot of information has not come out in terms of where these films are going to go and lean and stuff or whatever. So it was kind of hard to like think of narratives and stories or whatever. So, but I was able to do this still, because I'm a professional, if not anything.
Okay, well, let me go first. So that way we can just...
I fully did not think you were going to do it. Wow.
No, so I don't have like a whole lot of stuff. So my issue is that these guys have read the comic books, right? So they know all the characters. They know the history and the intricate details of these obscure characters that I've never heard of, because
penis sizes and stuff. You know,
yeah,
definitely.
I mean, like, yeah. Although you're being like,
of course, like,
shockingly.
I'm glad she says this, but like 5 minutes ago, she had to like look up a character for us because we had no clue who it was.
That is very true.
I get that from me just reading articles on the
Spiral.
internet.
I knew it all along.
Yeah, but like you guys read all these comic books, and I'm just watching the movies and the TV show. So
I think that gives you like a leg up, actually, because it's like we have the what is it, the problem of like too much like information. What is it,
well, so my thing is
the curse
like,
of information or something.
I love the theories, and I love to learn the theories, and I want to know what's happening, and I like to, even when I watch when I watch like historical shows, like you guys are watching The Crown from the Golden Challenge. Like,
I will start this week.
Okay, if Chase is almost done with it, if he hasn't finished it already.
Yeah, I got like 1 or 2 episodes left.
But like, I love to watch those and then like look up what really happened and see how accurate it was or whatever. So like, it's similar with this, where I like to watch the movies and then I want to know what happened in the comics
like
and see how true it was, or kind of read more about the direction that it could go, because I have no idea. So that's why I want to go first, just because my theories are probably just like real short and real just like, hey, I think this guy might
there's
be
a fight,
in it, whatever.
And then there's not a fight,
and
there's another fight.
we can move on to like the professionals. So.
Okay.
So we saw Wanda at the end here doing her cool little. First of all, can we just talk about her super badass costume?
Yeah, it's great.
Like, this is amazing, and this is what I've been waiting for.
Just real quick, like,
that thing
I think it's just Marvel again. It's like, hey, multiverse, like, because it's supposed to be just like Magneto's costume in the X-Men movies, like, and stuff. Like, it's almost like, I forgot which one it is, but like, he is the exact same thing.
It looks great.
So it's like, I don't know. I think Marvel's trolling us again.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I was glad once she got like her cloak. I was like, okay, cool. Now it's like,
Yeah. I didn't get a picture of her with the cloak. She was just flying by. But okay, so at the end we see her doing this. We see her on her little porch.
Okay.
Which I thought I saved, but maybe I did not. So she is doing this astral projection thing that we first saw in Doctor Strange. And as she is doing it, she's like floating in the air. She's got magic floating around her, whatever, and she's reading the Darkhold. And right before the scene cuts out, you hear Billy and Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy.
It sounds right.
Her kids, whatever. You hear their kids.
Speed and Wiccan.
Sure, those guys. You hear them yelling out for help. And I think that that's going to lead into the next time we see her character. So like I said, I feel like we might hear about her character and kind of like some of the repercussions of her time in Westview in either Falcon and Winter Soldier or Spider-Man or whatever, but I don't think we'll see her until Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
So I think that she's looking for a way to reach another universe, another dimension or whatever, to go and save her sons. Like, she knows that they exist somewhere and she wants to go and save them.
Okay.
So she's going to try to team up with Doctor Strange, and I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if she'll be the villain, or I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out. The big fan theory that I've been hearing lately that I think would be really cool is I wish I could say this name, and these guys don't even know who this is. So
Chthon, whatever.
Again,
Chthon?
we're experts.
Yeah.
Chthon?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But and honestly, I'm really hoping that's the correct picture. So like, comment, let me know if that's
I
not.
think that's Swamp Thing.
But so he basically is like an elder god. He's the god of chaos. And in the comic books, he supposedly is able to cross into our realm the more Wanda uses her powers. He's able to feed on that, and she kind of breaks down the walls between the dimensions.
It's kind of like Spawn a little bit, I guess.
And I don't know, but he's able to come into our universe because of that. So I don't know I don't know who the villain in Doctor Strange is supposed to be, but this guy is big, powerful, and I think he has the potential to be like the next Thanos.
Okay.
So like I said, I don't have a ton of theories. I don't really know the whole nine or whatever, but I think this guy could play a big part, especially because of the way that they went back on her character, and they kind of explained her background a little bit more, where she had like latent abilities that were brought to life because of the Mind Stone.
Gotcha. Do you have more beyond that, or is that the crux of your?
I think that's really it. But that, like I said, it's just because of like I just have no idea what happens in the comics,
Gotcha.
so I don't know much beyond that.
Okay, so you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So I think Phase 4 is really starting with WandaVision is really all about creating the hero. It's almost like I think a repeat of Phase 1. We've just
creating the hero,
like creating heroes.
And does it start?
It's introducing
this guy,
creating, introducing
this guy right here,
yeah,
right?
I did, yeah.
Jimmy Woo.
He's the man.
Okay.
I think it starts with WandaVision by creating, like we're now seeing the Scarlet Witch. She's getting created. I think the next big thing is Falcon Winter Soldier. I believe like the way the story is going to be told and stuff is he's actually like he's Falcon, and by the end of it, I think he adopted the Captain America role.
Okay.
And have the whole suit and stuff. And I think that's what it's going to be kind of about.
Okay.
I don't think like it's going to have any like big future stuff. It's just mostly like him adopting being Captain America by the end of Falcon Winter Soldier. That's going to be a big thing. Shang-Chi, I think will bring back the Mandarin, of course. But I think magic is also going to be a big part of Phase 4. The Darkhold, I think, is actually like almost the villain of Phase 4.
All right.
You think the Darkhold is?
Yeah, just like the idea of the book and stuff. Like I think it's going to have a lot of throwaway villains. They'll probably keep the Mandarin around because you could do Shang-Chi with him, and then also if you want to, you can have him fight like in Armor Wars or something like that down the road because he is a big he was an enemy of Iron Man, so you can have him fight Ironheart and do a whole technology.
Okay.
So you could use him later. The Eternals, I really have no clue where they're going with that. The only thing I'm hoping, I want to see Baby Thanos because he's actually like an Eternal. But like I know what I really want from the movie is maybe they're going to use that to kind of introduce mutants. I know like what is the Celestials? Is our Sentinel? What is it for? What? Who created the Eternals? They're called like
I think it's the Celestials.
Yeah, they create them, and they also created these things called like Deviants.
Yes,
and they're kind of like just ugly mutants in a way. And I think it's going to have like maybe something with that can, in a way, be the beginning of mutants and stuff. So I'm hoping like they can do that. I'd love like somehow if they can do something, maybe like you see like Apocalypse like being born as the first mutant. They could do something like that if they start the movie back out like 10,000 years or whatever ago. So you can do stuff that way. Spider-Man, which for some reason I thought was coming after Doctor Strange, but it's coming before.
I did too.
I'm not 100% sure what this is about because at the end of Spider-Man 2, like the big thing is, hey, we know you're Peter Parker and stuff like that. So like
that's what's called No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home. But see, then like it has to do with the madness or whatever. Like I don't know if they're gonna go dimension hopping, anything like that. I'm not sure.
They could just be pulling.
Yeah, I think
all these characters in to be playing neighbors.
I ain't believing anything Marvel says anymore or whatever anything goes on. Like they're gonna because I mean they've always done this. They've shown previews of movies.
Instead.
Or they'll show you previews of a movie and they'll show you the Hulk,
out.
and they're like, yeah, the Hulk's not in that scene.
That is fair. That's fair.
So like they've been doing this for a long time. So madness. I really think I think Nightmare's supposed to be the villain. But I think it's going to be about Wanda, the Darkhold, everything. I think the Darkhold's going to set up actually future franchises in this. Supposedly, it creates the first vampire, which could be some part of Blade later on.
Okay.
So supposedly that's what at least I read about. It said
I love that you have a picture of the Wesley Snipes Blade.
That is the original and best Blade. And he was also really good in Coming to America too. But the movie sucked. Okay. Okay. So I want to see in that movie, I don't know, hopefully what I want is hey, you know what? do what you were supposed to do with this. I want them to go to the X-Men universe. I want them to go to the Spider-Man universe. I want to go to Howard the Duck, and I want to get what's her name, Leah Thompson.
Yeah,
I want her in the movie. Okay, and I want to see a Howard the Duck universe.
Howard the Duck.
But one thing about it with that is, like, I know Scarlet Witch is supposed to be a Nexus villain, and they said like in any like different reality, they're always the same and stuff. So hopefully, like, you know, that could be something useful. And the last one is Thor.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see the villain in that. Like, I know Christian Bale's supposed to play like Gore. I
wrote it down.
It's like Gore the Destroyer or something. I don't know.
It's like the God Butcher,
the God Hunter or something like that.
Yeah.
I really want like the High Evolutionary to be like the villain in that, the main villain, and maybe he could take us into Phase 5 if it like goes on stuff, because like with the whole idea of bringing mutant stuff, this guy's all about evolution and stuff like that. So it could bridge where it goes through multiple gaps of like multiple, like you can use High Evolutionary with multiple platforms of Marvel heroes compared to like some, I don't know. I think like he could fight different humans and be used in a lot of different ways. But that's what I'm kind of hoping for. There's more, you know, stuff that might be Phase 4. I don't know if Fantastic Four and all that stuff's going to be Phase 4, Phase 5. I don't know how. Usually, like, they have about 6 or 7 movies in a phase. So that's, you know, 6. Plus, they'll have 2, 3 shows. You got Loki, which I have no clue really what Loki's about. I don't know how that's going to work.
It's the time variance authority. Is that right?
Sounds like from Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Sounds like right up my alley.
But like, I really, because I know it's a different universe, and I have no clue how that's, if it's going to even tie in, if that's just like its own separate thing. So.
Okay. So full disclosure, I only did the movies. I didn't talk about any of the shows, whatever, because I don't know exactly, because of COVID. I don't know how things are going to play in anywhere or whatever. So I'm going to take a. Ooh, that's not correct.
But just real quick, like I was saying, like it's going to introduce like Shang-Chi's new, the Eternals are new. We're supposed to get Lady Thor and Thor movie new. I think it's like, if they go after Wanda's kids or something, like they'll be new. It's making like a new team, bringing in new heroes, and I think that's really what all Phase 4 is about.
Okay. So I have a theme for mine. My whole idea for Phase 4 is like time and space. I think we're gonna set up a new villain who is trying to collect the other really like awesome artifacts all throughout like Marvel. So everybody thinks that the like Infinity Stones are these like be all, you know, end all things, right? And so this other person is trying to travel through time and space to actually find them, you know, everything. So
is it the Doctor?
Yeah, we start with the Black Widow movie. She is helping out her old team to take out Taskmaster, who has acquired the evil eye of Avalon, an item with the ability to control matter and stuff. It can make like force fields. It's like a crazy powerful item, right? Through her work with her fake sister and the dude from like Stranger Things, Red Guardian. They are eventually able to take out Taskmaster, and they think that they actually destroy the eye. What they don't know is the eye can actually rematerialize itself. So as they leave this like room full of like broken walls and destruction and stuff, we see a dark figure come in and go through the rubble and find the eye, and then like teleport away. In the second film, we have Shang-Chi, who joins the actual like 10 Rings like organization of the Mandarin. Upon being there, he finds out that the Mandarin has got like a lot of crazy theories about using these like 10 powerful rings to conquer the earth and stuff and take over things. And so he has like a change of heart and actually goes against the group and everything, whatever. And then he has this huge fight, you know, at the end, you know, with Mandarin, and he's able to beat the Mandarin and get the you know, rings away from him or whatever. Shang-Chi goes and gives the rings to Sword, but instead of giving, he gives them to a figure that we think is with Shield or whatever, or Sword. Yeah. But in actuality, this person wants a loan, pockets the rings, and then also teleports away again. The third film, the Internals, they eventually reveal themselves in the wake of the Avengers falling apart, and now that the Earth has no group of heroes anymore, or whatever. After everything that's happened, they have become awoke, and because of this, I think that they're supposed to be fighting the deviants, whatever. You had said that. So the deviants, seeing that the Earth is now vulnerable, find a really powerful artifact by the name of the Crimson Gem of Sidarok, which Marvel fans will know is the gem that the Juggernaut actually uses to become the Juggernaut. So I think that this would be a fun way to bring in that lore slowly or whatever, that it's leading up to them eventually bringing in the Juggernaut. The Eternals are eventually able to beat them, whatever, and get the gem away from them. And they get, and we see Icarus walks and he gives the gem to Kang the Conqueror, and this is the first time that we actually see Kang on screen, and then Kang also teleports away in the same type of energy that we saw in the first film. So it gets you thinking okay, Kang is somehow getting all these items or whatever and stuff, right? Then we go to the fourth film, which is the new Spider-Man film. It starts with Abra and Kadabra, which are two really terrible, jokey magic users in the 60s or 70s or something. I mean, and normally they're a huge joke. Or so I'm using them as the first villain in the film that Tom Holland is chasing down. They have somehow encumbered the wand of Watum, which is this incredibly powerful wand that can stop time. It can
the Elder Wand.
Yeah, kind of whatever. Except more so, whatever. It's absolutely incredibly powerful. Upon getting into the fight with Spider-Man, they begin to recklessly use the wand and accidentally fracture time and the current a world. It basically cracks our universe, right? And this is how we actually split up and get wormholes into other worlds and stuff, right? And upon doing this is how all of the villains and heroes and stuff actually come through. And once this really powerful energy has happened, this is when Strange comes to get the wand or whatever to try and put things back together, which is how we'll have all the really fun characters from the other movies and stuff or whatever. But once everything has about the fighting has happened and things have been fixed or whatever, we see Doctor Strange tell them don't take the wand and put it away or whatever. Instead, he actually gives the wand to Kang, and then Kang leaves and goes away. In the next film, the Strange film, Wanda, who's been using the book and everything, is getting. She begins to cast more and more evil, powerful spells, and eventually she unleashes the full power of the book, releasing Nightmare. And her and Strange had to then travel through time and space, trying to track down where Nightmare has gone. And so you're gonna get all these really cool worlds and that weird evil energy of being in hell and all types of cool stuff or whatever. So they traveled to alternate realities to find the Darkhold. They eventually defeat Nightmare. As they get back to the inner sanctum, Kang shows up in the last 10 minutes, and he wipes the floor of Strange and Scarlet Witch. And up to this point, they've been crazy heavy hitters. They've been just taking out. I mean, Nightmare is this very powerful person. We saw them beat Electro and Sandman, and so all these things, right? And so we learned that Kang has got all types of new items and tech and shit, and he's teleporting around, and he's got traps, and he's doing all types of anti-magic fields and stuff. He takes the wand from them. We then get to the final film, which is Thor 4: Love and Thunder. We establish Jane as the new Thor, and her new role in Asgard and stuff or whatever and everything. We then learn about Gore, the God Butcher, and he is this person who I'm switching around from how he's in the comics, whatever, but he wants to always fight the next most powerful person or whatever, and so he kind of wants to constantly challenge himself to see who's toughest, whatever, right? And so his plan is to basically weed out all of the weakness in the like universe. So he goes into Asgard to steal the casket of the Ancient Winter, which we saw in the first Thor film. And this device has the ability to kind of like create a eternal ice world or whatever, and even frost giants can't like always like live through it and stuff. So his idea is that like this will kill everybody who's weak, and then and everybody in the universe who's strong he'll go find like and kill whatever, basically, because like because then they're like worthy like of his challenge, right? While all this chaos is going on with Gore in Asgard, Kang's also what's up?
Asgard's not there no more.
Yes, it is. It's like new Asgard, right?
Yeah, but okay, I just didn't.
Asgard isn't a place. Asgard is a people.
I didn't think they grabbed it in the relics. My bad.
I don't know. I mean, like,
You
I'm
can
saying,
make it, they grabbed it.
saying
They grabbed
that,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
they did. So Kang sneaks in during all the chaos, and he actually goes to the grave of Heimdall, and he steals his sword, which is Hofun. And as we know, his sword gives him like like it was
all sight or something.
Sight beyond sight, whatever and stuff, right? And so eventually the Guardians of the Galaxy actually return to help Thor and Valkyrie beat Gore and stuff. And so this is like a fun way to actually bring back in like Thor as Chris Hemsworth and the Guardians and stuff, whatever, everything. And this will lead into the fifth Avengers film called Fractured Reality. In which we get like all these new heroes teaming up to go take on Kang, who now has like all types of just crazy fucking artifacts and stuff, whatever. But during the fight, we actually lose Doctor Strange, who dies, right? But after they check his body, they see that he's a Skrull, and then all these flashbacks happen that basically the Skrulls have been working with Kang to help him secure them as these like new more powerful race, because they feel like servants and stuff or whatever. So he's helping them reclaim their home world, which the Kree have taken and stuff and everything, whatever, right? And so this will help set up Secret Invasion going forward. And so now that like Strange is a Skrull, like who else is a Skrull? And so then like going into the next phase is them trying to figure out who's actually who and stuff and everything, whatever. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, something of any of this,
Yeah. So let us know if y'all have any Phase 4 theories, and we can tell you that you're wrong or right. I don't know, but wrong, because mine's obviously going to happen.
That's so good. I like it so much.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I would do Strange as this role, but
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I don't know exactly who, but I mean, like I could, because in the comic books, that's what happened. Like I think Elektra died. And then came back to Skrull, and then it was like, oh, what the hell? And then like bit by bit, you're finding out that like other characters are Skrulls, and like it's
was funny though. Like, was she like the biggest Skrull?
I know that Spider-Woman was one for a while, and then I don't know if like Wolverine was, but like there's a few others that were like but they were all purposely placed. So to come to that comic, did you read? Okay, so a real quick tangent here. It's kind of set up where the Skrulls were tired of getting beat over and over again. The Marvel characters are just always kicking their ass. That they're just never there, right? So they think of a plan of like, okay, so if they're all great, how would they beat themselves? And so they brainwash Skrulls to think that they are for Reed Richards, and they had them run these weird fucking simulations and trying to trick the Skrull who thinks he's Reed Richards into how he would take over the Earth, right? And after like 500 attempts, it like finally works or whatever. And so they figure out that like brute force will like never work, and so that they strategically take out certain key heroes and put them in place. So like there's certain characters who are S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, certain characters in California, certain characters everywhere, right? And then they eventually then launch an attack and are able to take out certain people and stuff and everything. So it's cool. It's more like scientific, it's more fun or whatever and stuff. It's not like your traditional fighting comic.
Like I've seen some of it and stuff, read some of it. Like the whole Mr. Fantastic thing is really, I thought was really cool. Like,
I read that part. It's really neat. Yeah, and this is kind of like during the mid 2000s where like Brian Michael Bendis is doing like a really big story every like 2 or 3 years. So like he starts with like House of M, and then that goes into like Civil War into Planet Hulk into Secret Invasion, and then like Civil War 2, I think, or something or whatever. So like, he figured out that kind of the way to save Marvel early was to do like really big mashups and put their most popular characters in like more shit together. So like there's a good 10 years where like Spider-Man, like a Wolverine are in everything.
I knew they were in the Avengers.
It's nuts. All right, guys. So that was our Marvel talk, our Phase 4 stuff. Moving on from there, we figured out who won all of our Golden Challenge stuff, all of our Golden Globe winners. Congrats to Cheesy and Rachel. They have challenged us to Cheesy has picked a show for us, and that is Brockmire.
I have not seen that.
I've heard good things. I've heard it's pretty funny.
Is that Amanda Peet?
Yes,
I like Amanda Peet. I'm a fan of Amanda
I think
Peet.
that's Hank Azaria, right?
Yeah.
It's about this like drunk sportscaster for baseball and stuff, whatever. It's only 8 episodes, so like we should be able to like like flat through it or whatever.
Nice.
And then Rachel has picked a movie for us, but Allison has refused to let us know what it is because she thinks it's gonna be funny.
Okay, so Rachel has chosen the movie Cats.
Almost a spit take, dude.
I know. She said she watched it last week and it was amazingly terrible.
I fucking knew that whoever got to pick the movies would purposely pick bad movies. We got Hobbs and Shaw and Cats.
The funny thing is, I feel like we should have an episode of the 2 shows and then episodes of the 2 movies and see what's more of a piece of shit, Hobbs and Shaw or Cats.
Yeah, so we'll so basically we're going to be watching Cats, I guess, and Hobbs and Shaw, and then for shows we're watching The Crown, and we'll be watching Brockmire. I don't know if we'll do just one show for all of it and just get through it kind of quickly, or if we'll break it up. And I don't know.
It depends how good everything
I guess
is.
it depends on. Well, we could have more to say if it's bad.
Yeah,
true.
I feel like we're gonna
Do
have
we have
a
to
lot
watch
of.
the butthole version?
I just feel like we're gonna. Have
I prefer the butthole
so
version.
much to say about Cats.
I want my cats to have boobs and stuff. So
I like Cats, but I don't think I'm
I
gonna like
don't
the
think
movie
you're gonna.
Cats.
I don't think you're gonna.
yeah, it's like funny. It's like they I think Rebel Wilson's in that, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, I mean, like, why did they make her cat like fat and stuff? I mean, like she's a fucking cat, and she didn't have to be like like that at all. It's like she could be like a normal looking cat. And they're like, no, she's the like funny like big girl, so she has to be big in the movie. It's like it's so fucking weird. It's like, dude, she could just be like everybody else in the fucking movie. And then like apparently there's this issue with like size, where sometimes they're like cat size. But then other times they're like almost like half adult size or whatever and stuff. And so like these like size ratios are like super weird and everything.
I really have
We're
no
gonna have so
clue.
much
They
to
have
talk
thumbs,
about.
I think, as well.
I just love that you were like, maybe I have seen this movie.
No,
You don't know my life. I'm like,
I've
no.
watched multiple funny reviews on it
No.
about how bad it is. I've never actually watched it before, though.
I know.
I never thought I would have to. It's my own fault for being
Thank
terrible
you, Rachel.
at the Golden Challenge. Oh my God, I'm so awful. Ugh. All right, well, awesome, guys. So look forward to those episodes coming out. As always. Oh my gosh, turn that off. There we go. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Into Geek at Into Geek Podcast. Right? No. Oh God, I'm just the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, the one on
stuff over
top is
there.
Twitter. I forgot to change it. Oh no.
Yeah. So at Into Geek, and then
And it's Twitter.
at Into Geek Podcast for Facebook and Instagram.
Oh yeah.
We post once every 2 weeks, so super big stuff. You should
I've
really pay
never been on
attention
Instagram a day in my life.
Okay, so that's my fault, and I apologize. Allie got a full-time job, so the social media has been
Honey's
a bit lax,
making money
a
now.
bit lax lately, but I'll work on that. So I'll
Awesome,
I'll try to post some more.
So, yeah, so let us know about your Marvel theories on how you felt about WandaVision,
Mhm.
and if you think that we should do all the shows and movies in one episode, or you want us to break it up, let us know, man. And by me saying let us know, we won't know. So
We won't. We'll just do
Okay,
it. Just,
I wanna
I
do
think
a
we should just do
prediction.
them all together.
We'll say I do have another prediction. In Phase 5, I think they will combine and have an Agatha and Loki show. I think that will happen.
Real quick,
Can we talk about the hopeful Jimmy Woo, Darcy, whatever her name is? Like, I want that to be a show.
Really?
Like literally, so the fans
I don't
after
want it at all.
episode 4,
I know.
the fans were like, "Oh my god, I want like an X-Files."
You want like Jimmy
style
Woo just be the new Stan
Jimmy
Lee?
Woo solving like superhero style.
See, it sounds fun.
like FBI issues, and I'm like, that sounds great.
Chase will know this. So the X-Files try to have a sideshow called the like Lone Gunman.
Yeah,
because they were like a really, really big thing in the show, and folks loved them, and
they were
and
kind
always,
of the comic relief a little bit.
There were these like three like nut job conspiracy theorists in the show, and then they basically got their own show, and it just bombed because they were great as side characters, and once you had them as the main focal point, that they just like didn't have a lot of
kind of like
screen.
Joey and Friends.
Yeah, so I don't think that Jimmy Woo and Darcy would work as a show. I think it's fine how it is.
I think they could work as a show.
I want him just to be the cop in like every movie. Like he just shows up
like
in every movie. He's like the new Stan Lee, just a cameo. Just
what's his
up.
name? Carl Winslow. What's his name?
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Reginald.
Yeah, from Die Hard, Family Matters, and stuff.
Reginald Vance something. Yeah, he's like the exact same character in like 3 movies. It's hysterical. So yeah, so like if like in Jimmy's that, that's fine or whatever. I mean, like Coulson was that for like ever.
Kind of like that, but he's on the lower FBI level.
Yeah. Oh, so what I was going to say was, did y'all hear that Catherine Hahn was one of the top songs on like Spotify?
Yeah.
How crazy is that? That like Agatha All Along
she
was
is
like
like
a top song on Spotify.
In shock.
She's gonna get an
about the
EGOT.
whole thing.
She's gonna get an EGOT. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny that her song just like killed it or whatever.
I love it. It's great.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Join us next week for all that golden fun that we're gonna have. I guess I won't call it golden fun because
It really
that
sounds
bad.
really creepy when you
you're gonna
say
get that golden fun, girl.
Okay,
Hey, that's my wife.
I'm not gonna be here next week.
I'm talking
so.
to the audience, girls. Okay, God,
There's no girls in the audience.
my
the one that
wife
we did,
watches.
the one that we did have is no longer gonna listen.
I'm sorry.
Like,
Okay,
so.
you guys just need to stop making everything dirty and sexual. God, golden fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.